What's up, YouTube? It almost feels like it's another episode. And there we go, live once again. What's up, YouTube? How are you doing? Good afternoon from the Netherlands, Central European time zone. It's afternoon here. Good morning, evening, maybe night for you, wherever you live in the world. While I'm literally getting a call the moment I go live, so I am not going to take that call because I'm going to spend some time with you. Now, this time I do have a hard deadline for the live stream, and that is that I have to go in 55 minutes because we're going to get some stuff for the house, this house that we are putting on the market, and we still have to put some things in place. So my wife and I, we're gonna make a small list, and then we have to go to the I don't know how you call it in English, but the shops where you buy some lights and buy some this and buy some that. So we're gonna buy some stuff, and then make things pretty. I mean, it's already pretty, but we're gonna make it more pretty. You know what I mean? So how you doing? How you doing? In this live stream, we're gonna do, of course, some Elliott waves as always. So we're gonna do Elliott wave analysis. We're going into chatting and Q&A, and do not forget that 10K is coming, right? We have, I don't know, 200 subs left or something. And for the 10K celebrations, I, of course, have some giveaways and all that good stuff that I'm going to talk about after the analysis. It was quite interesting that this morning, I saw so I don't really focus on the numbers. Of course, 10K is a big one, so I kind of know it's coming. But I opened Studio this morning as I wanted to reply on some comments, and I know that it was like 9,840 subs or something in the morning. And then I opened it a little bit later, and it was 8,794. I was like, wait, what just happened? And then I got a notification from YouTube that they deleted inactive account or spam accounts or those type of things. So 40 accounts, poof, gone. And now we are stable again and back above 9.8. I mean, yeah, that happens. House staging. I see. The gamma. Yeah, we have a proxies. We have a gamma. There's a couple of things here in the neighborhood. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. Mr. Seep, how you doing? You are first this time indeed. Put a little poll on for you guys. You know, you were waiting up, down, 70%. Let's see if the probabilities of chat are going to play out. No, we are at resistance here, a little bit of a reaction. And the poll. Ramjack, Kansen, how you doing? Epidemic, what's up? Iliagos, YouTube notifications work this time. Good to have you here. Welcome. Alicia, welcome. Crypto Wave Rider. Gabriel Chalaro, bullish today, tomorrow, and then not drop towards 53, 57K. Probability-wise, that is an interesting area indeed. One Drop, welcome. Just sent you an email, by the way, One Drop. So cheers, mate. Nice badge. Bronze as well. It's going to be silver next month, though. Raccoons, I'll be on the background looking and hopping in and out of the... Yeah, that's perfectly fine, Mark. No worries. Thanks, man. Mega Gandiman, good day from Australia. Damn, other side of the world. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Hazem, Praxis. Exactly. Adrian, your poll's wrong. Missing the third option, both. Yeah. I could have done up and down or down and up. Yeah, even more precise. Bettina, welcome. House staging. Good morning. What's up, Polar Bearman? That music just made me dance indication. Also, a 6% gain this morning had something to do with it. I bet it did. Very nice, Polar Bearman. Also had a long... I actually entered quite late because I was running with my wife and I got a notification. And so I quickly ta-ta-ta. And then... when I came home, price was here. That was my TP1, and that's it. You know, stop loss break even, and that's that. Sirega, what's up? How you doing? What's Bitcoin doing? It went up. Now a bit of resistance, bit of a move down. But we're going to talk about the Elliott waves, of course. Subs liquidated exactly. What's up, Anthony Cook? Let's see what we do. Right, Dashin, Salmon, Cubs. How you doing, guys? Alex. There he is. Alex is back. I was hanging out in Alex's stream yesterday, and you should check out his stream, guys. So Alex was live yesterday talking about the market as well and what he likes to see. And his wife, everyone, say congratulations, please. His wife is pregnant. They are expecting a little kid in August, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere August, I believe. Oh, no, wait. In August, he's going to marry. And the baby was expected, tell me, November, September? I don't know, something like that. You know, like say congrats to Alex, everyone. Exactly. Get the emotes in. So yeah, my man from Canada is gonna be a dad, crypto dad, gonna raise his kid nicely. No, next week 54. Yeah, let's see. You first have to lose 2 areas of support to go to 54. I'm gonna talk about it. Casper, how you doing? Thomas, afternoon raccoons. Exactly. Is this gonna be like the thing of the channel now that the raccoons is gonna be the emote of what we do? Like it's kind of like. That comes from Alex. Alex has the otters, and then I think it was Dave, Mark, and Moon Booty Boy that started with the raccoon, and now it's a thing that's coming back. Copenhagen in the house, exactly, Casper. Up a bit more down. Paul was close. Yeah, I closed it. I mean, we're live now. Alex, 1,000 subs in Discord. There you go, man. Growing quick, eh? Growing quick. Mendo Tav, welcome. Flotty, Master Koen Mod Mark. Flotty, you should check his comments in the like below the videos. It's quite hilarious when Mark, Flotty, and Bourbo, my friend, are engaging with one another, talking shit in the comments. Like, oh, I'm eating Kaiser Smara. I'm gonna have a beer now. You know, Mark was making paella. Or Jeroen, welcome. Joshua, welcome as well. Golden Pocket, interesting area for sure. Lando, how you doing? Lando as in Lando North. Malon, welkom. Goed dat je erbij bent. Coops, Alex, one drop. Okay, it's time for me to start. Yeah, exactly. The raccoons. No, it was a planned. Exactly, it was all planned. Flotty Schnitzelmeister. Start the analysis. I will, but I always like to say hi as well. Before we start with the analysis, of course. Lelouch, welcome. You make crypto TA videos as well. Good job, man. And also hopefully trading. Making some profit, or at least, of course, aiming to make profit. So after getting pregnant, they are getting married. Oh, good order. By the way, just in case you see me drinking, I just always want to say this is 0.0. I know it looks like a beer bottle, but it's not. It is a Radler. I'm not I'm not an ambassador, but I do, especially when summer comes, guys. Yeah, I like it. It's a great drink. Okay, put this down. Put my trades and stuff down there. And are we gonna talk about the weekly again? Maybe we shortly have to cover this. I'm only gonna use the bull and the bear on the weekly. I don't want to go through the whole thing, but I think from a perspective point of view, as price has taken the lows, I can imagine people have some questions about, hey, we're going down, we see volume, coming in and maybe get a bit scared. So I think the weekly is good to cover as well. And that's then where we're going to start. And then locally, we'll get there, right? We'll get there. The probabilities, by the way, locally played out. That's very nice. These were the probabilities of this morning, right? 15-minute up. Right, first up. And now we had resistance, and of course, still looking for a move to the downside eventually. But we're gonna have a look. Okay, so let's start. Minute 12. One more drink. Nice, Lando track record. That's what we like to hear. And congrats on starting a YouTube channel. It's better to be a creator, or not better. It's nice to create and help people, I suppose. Okay, Bina Darabzand, welcome. Let's start. I have to go in 45 minutes. Hard quit, because I got to go to the shops with my wife to buy stuff for the house. So we start at 12 minutes 22. Cool. Bullish scenario on the weekly time frame. We're going to zoom into the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. Give me 20 minutes. So we have a double 1, 2 here, followed by 3, 4, 5, right? Now, most commonly, wave 3 is the longest, most extended, highest volume move in an impulsive structure. At the moment, in this impulse here, it has the highest amount of volume. It is quite rare for a wave 5 to be the extended wave. However, wave 1 and 3, they are quite similar in length, so it does give a little bit more probabilities to the potential of a wave 5 to extend. Nonetheless, in this scenario, we're looking for a wave 4 to bounce somewhere in this area, right? The 0.236 to the 0.5, 63.3k to 53.3k. The fibs are taken from the low of 2 to the high of 3, and the invalidation is the 0.61849.3k, right? After this, we want to see price moving towards the upside impulsively. Then we're looking to finish a bigger 3, a bigger 4, so probably gonna go sideways for a month in, I would guess, about a 20% range, and then you're gonna move up at least once more in a wave 5. The bearish scenario is the lower probability Elliott Wave scenario. The bullish scenario has a higher probability based on what we have on the charts at the moment. And the bearish Elliott Wave scenario is a regular flat. We have our wave A, we have our wave B, and we have our wave C to the downside. Target for wave B in a regular flat is the 1 to the 105. And a regular flat by itself is already less common. I know that on the 4 hour, that's the one we're tracking. But if you compare the 3 different flats, an expanding flat is most common, where the target for B is 98k to 122k. Then you have the regular flat, right? And then you have the running flat, which is most rare, where wave C is not taking the low of A. So in this scenario, if that would be the high of B in a regular flat, your wave C target is down here below your wave A. Between the 1 and 1.236, trend-based fib extension from the high to the low to the high, 16.5k, 11.6k. We do have important support actually just below that. The extension target for C is 6.5k, but this is the most impressive support, which is between 10 and 9k. Golden pocket from this low to the high, right? Because this is then counted as a corrective structure, and the value area high of this multi-year volume profile. I'll say it again, lowest probabilities for this scenario compared to the bullish scenario. This one has a higher probability continue the trend, and we can also see that on the 4 hour time frame, because if we are bearish and we do want to see a very big massive impulse to the downside to go below 15k, the start is not pretty, because we like to start first of all with an impulsive structure to the downside. 1 2 3 4 5. Holy moly, sun is coming through. Oh, did you see that? So we want to start with an impulsive structure in a wave 1, either a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No overlap between 1 and 4 allowed. Lots of overlap here. Then we have diagonals and double 1, 2. Double 1, 2 is already invalidated because price moved up. And then we have a diagonal, but counting this as a diagonal, wave 3 is shorter than 1 and 5, which isn't ideal. You can count this as a 1 here, 3, 5, but then your wave 1 is more like an impulse instead of a zigzag, while the others are 3-way structures. So yeah, it's not pretty, not the highest probabilities, but most importantly, actually, with regards to probabilities, also lowers the probabilities for that macro bearish scenario on the weekly, is wave 2 hitting the 886 from the high to the low. Guys, you know that by now. 886, rare target for wave 2, common for wave B. What? Common for a wave B or a wave X, right? Increasing the probabilities. Any move to the downside is a wave C or Y, which in turn increases probabilities to move back up at a later stage and take the high. So it just adds to the probabilities of continuing the trend towards the upside, and therefore these type of moves towards the downside and potential future down movement, which we are still expecting from an Elliott Wave point of view, are all part of the bull market that we have at the moment, where you do expect these ranges, you expect the drops, you also want to have these drops. You don't just want to go up, 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 right? You want to also make sure that the greed and fear index gets back to like neutral. No, if price just goes up, 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 greed, FOMO, everyone joining the party, and now at least you're resetting some of those stuff, right? People get stopped out, or there's a bit of fear. Things reset, healthy in the market, and then you continue. Now, in a bullish scenario locally, in this range, we're looking for corrective structures. An impulsive structure, 1, 2, 3, would be bearish. But if we can look for corrective structures, bullish. No? So here we have our wave A, wave B, wave C. Regular flat. What's up, Tim? Regular flat, 3 wave A, 3 wave B, 5 wave C to the downside. Common target for C, 1 to the 1.236. Extension target, the 1.618. To the downside, if you saw the morning update, you already are up to date with this. We have a 4-hour order block support around the 1.236, 56.6k, 57.6k. You would have to lose this. I saw it in the comments earlier. You need to lose this to go to 54k. So that is what I meant just now in the introduction. When I replied to the 54k, you have to lose some support. This is one of them. The second one is that you have a weekly gap. So on the weekly time frame, right, we have this gap here. And therefore, you need to lose 59.2k. Close daily candles below this level. Probabilities increase to go to 53k if you also lose, of course, the support in the middle. But generally, with gap trading, if you lose the gap and you close high time frame candles inside the gap, commonly one time frame below the time frame of the gap, ideally a weekly candle, but the daily candles are fine. It does increase probabilities to fill that gap. We have some support to the downside still here a little bit, 60.4k, 60.5k. Actually don't know what I had here. I think actually this is not too relevant. I want to check that later because price moved up already, which is nice because the probabilities locally were for up. Down here, 51.6, 51.9 in confluence with the extension target for wave C. So even if you would go down there, you're still bullish, no? But preferably we don't. Cool. Inside your wave C, right, we're looking for a wave C to the downside. It's going to be a little bit messy here, but we have the orange wave C. And inside wave C, we are looking for a 5-wave structure. An impulse. That is what we want to see. So if we then zoom in to this wave C, go to the 1-hour time frame, have a look. Then you can see, by the way, this invalidation is for something else that I'll explain in a second. You can see we have a finished 1, 2, 3. Wave 3 is extended, hitting the 2 trend-based fib extension, taken from the high to the low of 1 to the high of wave 2. That's what we like to see. The high of wave 4 is preferably in. Doesn't necessarily mean that wave 4 by itself is in. If we do move to the upside, right, we can continue ranging, but you don't want to see price move above this high. That would be an invalidation pretty much, just because the 0.618 that you take from the high of 2 to the low of 3 is an invalidation for a wave 4. Right, and if you take this high, I mean, very high probabilities, you're going to hit that 618. And that's not what we want to see in this impulse to the downside. Now, with regards to the more local impulse to the downside, this is where the invalidation is important. We so far have a 3-wave move to the downside. And price hit the 1-to-1 taken from the high to the low to the high, which is a wave C target, which gives us the opportunity to count this as a wave A, B, and a wave C to the downside. Wave C's also like to end on a high amount of volume. It was also psychological level, by the way. Remember the live stream yesterday with the 60k touch here? Right, very, very interesting. Now, why the invalidation? The invalidation is an invalidation for an impulse down in 5, meaning if this is the high of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In an impulse, we don't want overlap between a wave 1 and a wave 4. Now we have overlap with a wave 1 and a wave 4, which therefore means that if this is the high of your wave 4, and this is a 5 down, we're started already, we are now going to be thinking about a diagonal, right? And I do have 2 diagonals for you, one that I like more than the other one. I showed one this morning, and the other one is going to be new. I still have to put it on my chart. But the arguably it's both bullish and bearish, but the scenario where you first go down would be the diagonal scenario where you're finished your wave 1 either here or here, preferably here. But I'm going to put that one on my chart, and then you're going to work on a bigger diagonal, finish your wave 5 here, and then back towards the upside, right? That's the bearish scenario. The bullish scenario is not that bullish, because if you move towards the upside here, probabilities from an Elliott Wave point of view are still higher to move to the downside. And that is because you can't end a wave 5 on a 3-wave structure. It has to be a 5-wave structure, either in a diagonal, right, where all of the waves are zigzags, and ending diagonal to end the structure, like a wave 5 or a wave C, always has to be 3-wave structures in each wave. This is your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, your 5, right? In an ending diagonal, you always need zigzags. And that is what we can do here. But your bullish and then bearish scenario is price moving up, continuing this range of 4. We park 4 over here, but then you expect to move down. So it just gives a better short opportunity from an Elliott Wave point of view, which I wouldn't mind, but probabilities. So if we do have to think about scenarios where wave 4 is not yet in, it's always pistachio, you're here, right? It's always going to be a running structure. And that's nice, because I love chatting to Pistachio about Elliott Waves. And what he was saying in the chat is this is Diamond. When Daddy Ko says I'm correct when talking about Elliott Waves, I get bricked up. So what did he say? He was saying that if we are still in a 4, you need a running correction of some sort to not invalidate the previous 4. And that is correct. That is correct. I love this guy. Like, he learned a lot of Elliott Waves in a relatively short amount of time. So because if wave 4 is not yet in, and this is the low of your 3, and price move below the low of 3, you're always going to have a running structure, or we shouldn't forget Pistachio at WXY, but let's first start with the running structures, because we're going to be looking for an A, B, C running flat, preferably not taking the high, but a running flat is very rare, right? Never preferred unless the other stuff fails. Also for a running flat is this, if this is an A, B, and then a C, then we need to have an impulsive structure from the low to the upside. And if you've seen the morning video, it doesn't look too pretty to count this as an impulse to the upside. Higher probability it's corrective. So that doesn't really work that nicely. And let me actually quickly check how low B went. Yeah, B did not touch the most common target area, which is the 1.236 to the 1.38. So not too great. Then we have a running triangle, A, B, C, D, E. Still a possibility. We don't want wave 4 to be too long though, especially not hitting the 6 fib time. That would be very ugly. Very long wave 4 against wave 2. The fib times, the vertical lines taken from the low to the high of 2 to the low of 3, right? Comparing 2 with 4. And the 6 fib time is the 23rd of April. So that's your second option, but it's way too early to call for triangles. I only like to talk about triangles usually once a wave D is in. Before the wave D, there's other probabilities and other scenarios that have a higher probability. Finally, this is very hypothetical, W, X, and then a Y triangle. Then again, way too early. So the diagonals would have a higher probability compared to continuing wave 4 at the moment. Talking about diagonals, this is the not as nice diagonal, and I just want to explain why, right? From educational purposes, I suppose. What's up, Hiop, Rostam, Lalith? Welcome, guys. So I want to explain why, and then we go to a diagonal that does look better. Now, there's a lot going on my chart here. And I actually have to change this a little bit. So let me do that. Ta-da. Move the invalidation up as well. So there's a lot going on, but it's actually quite important from a theory point of view what is happening here. And I hopefully in the morning video didn't explain it too complex, because sometimes I can lose myself in explaining the theory, because I love the theory of Elliott Waves and I love explaining it. But if you don't know too much about Elliott Waves, it can get scary really quickly. So let me explain it in a bit more patient here. So what we are looking for, this is the not so nice diagonal, right? I have one coming up that's better. So here we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's what you're looking for. One more low, and then you move back towards the upside. In an ending diagonal, as explained, all of the waves have to be 3-wave structures. Not 5-wave, right? Not a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. It has to be all 3-wave structures. And this is where the challenge comes in, especially because of this wave 1 and wave 2. So if we go to the 30-minute time frame, in this diagonal, let me start talking about 1 and 2. In this diagonal, we have to finish wave 1 down here for a zigzag in a wave 2. Remember, all of the waves have to be zigzags, right? A, B, C. However, ending wave 1 here is not pretty. I don't like it from an Elliott Wave point of view. The reason that is the case is because we end with a 3-wave structure. We need a zigzag from the high, 5, 3, 5, or a zigzag family pattern in a double zigzag. Zigzag, correction, zigzag. So if we want to end wave 1 here, we somehow need a W, X, and a Y. Now for a WXY double zigzag, you at least want to hit the 0.618 trend-based wave extension, which we didn't. So the probabilities are not high that this is the end of your 1. Instead, probabilities are higher. This is the end of your 1. And we had a flat zigzag, zigzag, WXY in wave 2. But that's not allowed in a diagonal. At least not this one, right? You can't have that in a wave 2, right? So, therefore, this scenario already has lower probabilities just because of that, right? So we put this back as well. But just for the sake of theory, in a ending diagonal, preferably we have a contracting diagonal that is a lot more common, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you reverse, where wave 3 is shorter than 1, preferably. Wave 5 must be shorter than 3, that is a rule. Wave 3 is shorter, right? It ended above the 1-to-1 trend-based fib from the high to the awkward low as explained to the high here. Wave 5 has an invalidation being 51.1k, taken from the high of 2 to the low of 3 to the high of 4. The golden pocket here, taken from the high of 2 to the low of 3, is a common target for wave 4. 786, 886 is more rare though. But yeah, it's not pretty. What is pretty though is the volume. That is actually what we do like to see. Of course, we expect the move to not yet be finished. But if we think about an impulse in a flat, what we prefer to see is wave 3 to have the highest amount of volume. And then for a wave 5, we want to make new lows, but on lower volume. And at the moment, that is the case. So that looks pretty nice. Now, the second diagonal that looks better to me is that we have, I saw this in Discord as well, by the way. There we go. There's that up. It's going to be quite a big 5, but well, let's see what you know. We're not talking about diagonals. And then do that. This toggle on my common target areas for a wave 2 in a contracting diagonal. And then we have from the low to the high. And actually, the question is that the high? At the moment, this would be your invalidation. Oh, no, it's not an invalidation because new rules Elliott waves. They say wave 3 can be longer than wave 1. So you have your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not that 2 has to end that high. We already hit the 382, which is a minimum target for wave 2 in a contracting diagonal. A bit more common, however, is the golden pocket 786 area. But it's not an invalidation, right? So, and then you want to see price moving towards the downside for your wave 3 in an ending diagonal, right? So that is the diagonal that I currently keep an eye on. It's the preferred diagonal compared to the one that I've showed earlier, which I might just remove. It's also an expanding diagonal now. Expanding diagonals, you know, very rare, never preferred unless everything else fails. So, cool. In other words, on the 4-hour time frame, probabilities are higher. We're going to make another low. But locally, in the morning, the previous update, we had the probabilities on the 15-minute. Remember the probabilities on the 15-minute time frame? Probabilities, where's my probabilities box? There it is. Wow. 50 minutes, up then down, right? Based on the corrective structures, locally was looking for a move up, but then at a later stage, we expect price to go down again because on the 4-hour time frame, probabilities are higher. The move is not yet finished because wave 5 is not yet in, based on Elliott Wave probabilities, as we currently have a 3-wave structure down and not a 5-wave structure. And we need at least a 5-wave structure to the downside to finish an impulse. So therefore, probabilities are higher on the 4-hour to still move down, but on the 15, first to move up. That was this morning, right? Now, after that, we had, that was about here when price was ranging. We got to move towards the upside. We hit resistance, right? The blue box here, 62.6, 62.9, quite nice, proper rejection. The reason those probabilities came to life is because from this low, if we want to count something bullish, we need either an impulse, diagonal, or a double 1-2. But none of these three look pretty here. An impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No overlap between 1 and 4. We don't want to see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Overlap. Overlap between this high and this low. Impulse invalidated. Then we have to think about a diagonal. And in a diagonal, all of the waves have to be zigzags, right? 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. All of the waves have to be zigzag structures. However, a contracting diagonal is by far most common compared to an expanding diagonal. And this one clearly is expanding, not contracting, meaning that the probabilities for this diagonal are low, never preferred, unless all of the other scenarios fail. Then we have the double 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, big 3 to the upside, right? Or 1-2, 1-2, and then another 1-2 up. But we can't really have this as another wave 1-2 low probabilities because price touched the 886. Rare for 2, common for B or wave X. So that's not really what we like to see. And if this is a 1-2, 1-2, then this wave 2 is absolutely massive in time compared to this wave 2, while it's a lower degree Elliott wave count. Now let me explain. You have the higher degree in green here, and then you have the lower degree. And preferably your lower degree, your blue count, is shorter in time and price than the green count. Wave 2 can be longer in time than the green wave 2, but not to this extent. This is crazy. And that is because if the green wave 2 higher degree is a zigzag, a 535, a zigzag commonly is a short, deep corrective structure, right? Goes quite quick. If the second wave 2 in a double 1-2 is a WXY, usually takes more time, but the difference, 2 candles and 30 candles is very, very, very big. You know, so we don't really like to see this. Lowers the probabilities for a double 1-2 as well. So the probabilities are higher here. This is all a corrective structure. We had some bullish CVD divergences, as mentioned in the morning. We actually didn't hit the smaller, I already removed it earlier in the live stream, small little support here. But I had an alarm just above this order block. All right, so we have a 15-minute order block, price moving down, 1 green candle, and then we had some volume down. And I was interested that if price passes this, I was interested to look for a move to the upside, stop loss down here, entry. So what happened is on the low time frame, we saw volume coming in. So I was running with my wife, and then my alarm went off. So I checked. And then what I saw is we had some volume coming in, and I was like, okay, interesting. Also, we had some, right, price was moving up. Let me go to the 3-minute time frame here. And we also had bullish CVD divergences, which was another reason why I was interested. Higher low end price, but look at the CVD, especially look at the yellow line, right? Look at the right side. Oh wait, it's behind my webcam. Now, there, right? You can see the my horizontal cursor line, yellow line is below, as well as the blue line. So we had some 3-minute bullish CVD, which yeah, made it interesting to look for a position, which I did, and which is now stopped out at break even here after take profiting here. I took profit 50%, reason being it's against the trend. So yeah, there you go. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah, so that is pretty much it, no? So on the weekly, probabilities are higher to continue the trend. On the 4-hour, probabilities are higher to still go down. And on the 15-minute, we now have to be patient here because on the 50-minute, probabilities were higher to move up and then go down at a later stage. Also because of the probabilities on the 4-hour. We didn't yet hit the common target area for a diagonal, which would be up here. So now that price moved up impulsively and rejected, I prefer to observe the reaction, wait for a little bit of a continuation of the range, see what structures form and then take it from there. But I guess the probabilities that I just mentioned on the weekly, the 4-hour, and then of course what we look for locally will hopefully be educational, informal, and can help you out in one way or another. So that being said, cheers. That was it. No alcohol, by the way, right? No. So, yeah, we started at 12 minutes. Now chatting and Q&A. Let me quickly bump it. Pin. Yep. Wait, yeah. So let me go. Yeah, let's go to the 15, right? We just put the 15 on. Put the volume profile on. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Actually, I'm also interested to have a look here. And okay, we still have this is a new daily. Let me keep that on just in case. Okay, cool. Let's see what price is gonna give us, no? Oh, 5. Okay. Proper reaction. Okay, done that. Another reason, by the way, that increases probabilities of this being a corrective structure is that this is educational as well, is highest amount of volume in the high. But if we're thinking about an impulse in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as usually wave 3 has the highest probability in an impulse, right? So we would like to see a wave 4 and a 5. Your wave 4 retrace to deep, take from the low to the high. You now hit the golden pocket, which is an invalidation for a wave 4. You also hit the 886 down here, but that's very low time frame, so it's less trustworthy with the 886. Just good to know. Potential for an ABC. Alternatively, you have your 1, 2. This already is your 4, and this is an extended 5th on highest volume, but that is rare. So it's never preferred unless the other stuff fails. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, time to chat. See what's up. Got 15 minutes. So. How are you doing, chat? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, 10K. Talking about the 10K subs. So today or tomorrow, I'm going to upload a video on my YouTube channel, which is going to be unlisted. You won't get a notification, right? Because I don't want it on the channel. It's just me talking in the camera. We're going to reach 10K. Reply on that video with a comment, because it's going to make my life easy with the giveaways and the raffle. So it's going to be a video, just short, like talking in the camera, ta-da. Unlisted. I will post it in Discord, the YouTube community post, in Telegram, and that's it. And yeah, I then ask you to reply in the comment section. And that is important because those comments are going to be used for the raffle. And with regards to the giveaway, I have one surprise for everyone, right? So everyone that's part of the channel or not part of the channel. And then I also have 10 times, because 10K, 10 silver memberships, 10 gold memberships, 1 to 3, and I haven't yet decided, in diamond. Then we have 5 t-shirts, right? I don't have any merch, by the way. This is, I literally made it myself and asked the company to like print it and stuff. So it's not a shop, it's just individual, so it's quite unique. So 5 different t-shirts, 5 hoodies together, that's 10 as well, right? So 5 hoodies, 5 t-shirts, and then also I believe 5 caps as well, because I like wearing caps, and maybe a Band-Aid said, you know, you should do caps. So I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. So we're going to give that away. It's going to be a big party stream. I don't know when we're going to hit 10K. So that's a bit of a thing. I was thinking like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we may hit it on a Sunday or something. But because YouTube removed the spam accounts and deleted accounts and stuff, I went down by 50 subs. So yeah, might take a little longer now. So we'll see. But just know that that's coming. You have to reply on that video. I might have to say, like, put the word X in the comment, but I'll say that in the video. Is going to be very short. So just so you know, that is coming very soon. Chat and Q&A. So we were here. Tim, Pig and Bunny. Rostam, how you doing? Yeah, lengthy wave 4, preferably not hitting the 23rd of April, of course. What's up, Hiop? Lalith, welcome. Christian Schöne, good afternoon from Austria, Tirol. Yeah, we pretty much did the analysis, but yeah, I mean, you were there pretty much during the end of the analysis, so you kind of already had the summary, I suppose. Tim. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I'm not really good in... Yeah, also in my videos, in my content, I never put in the middle of a video, oh, by the way, please subscribe. You know, people know how it works. What about the double 1-2? That would be very bearish. Then you get an extended wave 5, and an extended wave 5 after an extended 3 is uncommon. So that is why I don't really like to look for the double 1-2 just yet, unless price is going to go down on increasing volume. That is when I start to get interested to look for the double 1-2. On the 4 hour, the probabilities are higher to move down. If it results in a double 1-2, we're on the good direction anyway, but then we want to see the volume kicking in. But then wave 5 is extended while wave 3 is also extended, which is not an ideal scenario. So you know, let's see what happens if we then take the low. Is nuts compared to yours. Yeah, I do like very clean charts though. It could be a triangle D wave. A triangle is invalidated already. I guess you're talking about this triangle. A, B, no, I don't even know. A, B, C, D. Is this D on the 4 hour? If so, a triangle doesn't work anymore. A, B, C, D. Because D is below B. If you're talking about the local structure, then yeah, arguably A, but then you would have B here, and you still look for C, D, E, and then you want to see a move to the downside. So you extend the wave 4 sideways. Yeah, and also, so for a triangle, I prefer wave D to be in before really thinking about triangles. By the way, what's CVD doing? So we do have bullish CVD here with the drop, higher low in price, lower low on yellow. Wouldn't be nice to also see that on the right side of the recent high. But oh, we had it on blue, but that's already played out. Yeah, just being patient. I had my profit, so yeah, whatever. Already, as Flotty says, got the RR in the back. What's up, Lucian? How you doing? Good morning, Rob. What's up from LA? Tiago Santos, Yo Ray, yeah boy, everyone dropping in. What's up? Big drop just happened, hitting resistance. The point of control of the range. That's the one we hit there. Is it possible that wave 3 stopped at 65,250 and then a running triangle? $65. That must be this low. No, that's a very low probability. Even if you would think a running triangle, in a running triangle, you don't want wave B to go below your 1.618. I don't even know it. Is it this one? No, I don't even think I have. Okay, 1 second, wave 5. So you don't want wave B to go below the 1.618, which already happened. So yeah, not looking at this as a running. This is not a triangle as well. So a triangle, of course, you want, right? You want this, and then you have A, B, C, D, E. Wave B can go above wave A to get a running triangle. So then you have A, B, C, D, E, and then continuation, right? But your C always goes or stays below A. Your D is always then lower than your B, right? You wanna condense. And wave B in a running triangle is not allowed to go above the 1.618 Fibonacci of wave A. Guy is cracked. Cheers, Lando. Do you have Jeroen? Oh, Jeroen spending his DHL money. Cheers. Thanks for the gift. Polar Bear Man, you're back again, man. There you go. Polar Bear Man, send me an email. koenztrading@outlook.com. I'll bump you up to silver, but welcome to the team. Thanks to Jeroen. Jeroen, cheers, man. Thanks, really appreciate it. Jeroen, by the way, everyone, has his exams in about, what was it, 1 or 2 weeks, so wish him luck. And yeah, he's also doing something for the channel in the background, which is going to be probably launched by the middle of the year, I think. So yeah, very, very nice. But cheers, man. That's very, very kind of you. supporting the community. Do you have a AAS strategy? I don't know what a double AS strategy is, to be honest. What's up, Jay? How are you doing? Hit the like button. Thank you. Cheers. Do you think it's worth hanging on the high leverage short and wait till... Oh, I mean, so I'm not really involved with fundamentals. I know, of course, there's quite a lot happening on the Eastern European side, which isn't pretty. But I don't take it into account with my trading. So it's difficult for me to react on what is going to happen if things break out. And you have the halving as well. Of course, the halving is a moment with high volatility as well. So it's difficult for me to hang on a high leverage short. You just make sure to have a plan, have a strategy, manage your trade well, right? So the moment you enter, it's all about management, where to put the stop loss, and so keep an eye on the loss. What are you going to lose if stop losses hit? Yeah, it's trade management. So probabilities, of course, on the 4-hour, we still look for lower, but it depends on the entry, and yeah. Ronnie, I don't. Welcome, by the way. Berghoff, great show. Cheers, Berghoff. Mr. Moo, how you doing? Good to see you here. Good time you check YouTube right now? Absolutely. Welcome, man. Bitcoin Forever, how you doing? I'm a subscriber, I'm a survivor. It makes me think of the song, you know? Cheers, Christian. Thank you. Put raccoons in the comments. Here, in my pinned comment, I think we had 61k and pumped to 64 and then drop. Yeah, we do have some resistance, 63.8 a daily, but it's pretty much by itself. So I don't expect to any fireworks. But then we have 65k, where we do have, what did I have here? I think this is old as well now. Yeah, so let me double check. Okay, so we do have the value area high still there. The golden pocket is now lower though. So then I would prefer to do this. And then you have the highs as well. So then I prefer that. I do like the value area high. Okay, there we go. Yes, sir. If a pattern gets invalidated. No, so if a pattern is invalidated, you can still count it correctly. So it's not, it has nothing to do with you counting it wrong or right, because we have probabilities, right? So what we have is we have a couple of scenarios, right? One bullish, one bearish, usually per time frame. So one bull, one bear on the weekly, one bull, one bear on the 4 hour, and one bull and bear on the 15. And then it's all about probabilities. So which scenario, so you have your scenarios per time frame, and based on the scenario and the rules and how much it respects the fibs and volume and those type of things, you get a clear idea of the probabilities of a scenario, which one is better than the other. However, in both cases, the better one and the not as nice one, you always need to know the invalidation of the scenario, because once the invalidation is hit, which doesn't mean your counting is wrong, it's just that price invalidated maybe the less likely scenario, which means now you need another scenario, right? And if your preferred scenario fails because invalidation is hit, then you are going to change the count. So maybe the idea you had, right? For example, maybe your idea is to get a zigzag, right? So maybe your initial idea would be with some part on the chart to have a 5, 3, and then a 5 zigzag. So that's what you prepare for. Based on your count, that's what you think is going to happen. Your invalidation is the high. But if price is then going to move towards the upside, even though your count is correct, at least your thoughts, right? Oh, you know the target for B, you know the target area for wave C. Like, of course, you made a mistake here because it's not 5 but 3 waves. But your idea is correct, but eventually price moves up, invalidates the zigzag. You got to be able to quickly switch as well, and then immediately know your alternative scenarios. So it's not necessarily wrong, right? It's you can have the good idea, you can have the good knowledge, and yeah, you may have counted a part of the chart incorrectly in the end, but I don't really like to call it wrong or right. That's, you know, it's all probabilities. So, but the better your skill level in Elliott waves, the higher the probabilities to be correct. Can this be wave 4 of wave C? Yes, it can still be. It can still be. Yes. So from this low, talking about the triangle, from this low, we could still have a triangle, but it's too early. A, B, we still need a C and a D and an E. And I only really like to look for triangles from D onwards, kind of, with regards to the triangles. Can we see a deep dip? 48, low probability, because that would invalidate the bullish scenario I showed earlier. There's alternatives, by the way, but it wouldn't be great to go down there. 50-52 is very low. Then you need to lose the support at 59.2, 56, and then you can go to 53, which is your next area of support. So yeah, not yet thinking about it, but probabilities on the 4 hour are still higher to move down, and then based on volume and the structure, we get a better idea of where we end up. Oh, what's up, Lucifer? The 5-week spot CVD chart. Yo, that's a high time frame. Hi, Mark. Mark? You mean Mark Mott, or you mean me? My name is Koen. I don't know, but if 2 is here, when you may... Yeah, so for a wave 2, the common target would be a bit higher in a diagonal. If this is the low of your 1 and you go up for a 2, then you would prefer to go around like the target box, let's say, right? 64, 65. Else indeed it becomes very condensed. You have a very big 1, quite a short 2. It would be nice to have nice proportions. Next week. I see. Good luck, man. That is possible. That is possible. Ending diagonal. We covered that one, yeah. Cheers, Jeremy. Cheers, cheers, cheers. WDS, how you doing? WDS. From wave 4 to the recent low. From up here to down here. Yes or no? From the high to the low. Yes, that's true. Almost. Currently, we're trying to find support on the value area high. Passing this support resistance area here, and definitely a chance to move to 60, what is this, 64.4 to pretty much 65K. The daily, I don't expect too much, but it is an area to keep in mind at least. 58, yeah, quite high probabilities we will eventually see that. Is there any chance Bitcoin could pump to 68? 68, not at the moment. From an Elliott Wave point of view, then you would invalidate the whole impulse to the downside if that happens. I can't pronounce your name, my friend. It's that this is a problem. I don't know. I do not speak. I don't know what language this is. It is 3 though, so I gotta go. So I say hi here, but I don't know your name. Just call me Cola. Okay, what's up, Cola? How you doing? Cheers, Polar Bearman. I'll put you in silver. So send me send me an email. I'll bump you up to silver, which is the short-term updates and stuff. Rudy, what's up? How you doing? Would it be your day? It's gonna be your day. You got to believe. Is this a double zigzag in wave 2 of the diagonal? WX, yeah, if you... I still like a potential running flat here as a possibility, and then a double zigzag, right? ABC, correction, another ABC, finished. WXY, I agree, Pistachio. Very nice. What do you think? Is it worth the risk for the probabilities? Depends on your plan, of course, and if you want to go long or short, but... For me, if I trade with the trend, I tend to like take late TPs and let them run against the trend. I'm very quick with TPs. Well, my name is Koen. Probabilities of a bottom, low probabilities, because you need to end with a wave C on 5 waves, unless the regular flat scenario is completely wrong, of course. But at the moment, they are low. Also, the structures locally here does not look impulsive. This looks corrective, so still looking for lower. Cheers, Time Alone. Thank you. Correct, Pistachio. Yo, Pistachio. Hey, bricking. You know, how is it at the bottom of this? Oh well, same question. Yes, probabilities are higher. A lower low is still gonna come. Does Koen mean cows? I think in one language it does, but not in the Netherlands. Aristote. Wait, Aristote. This makes me think of Oh no, Aristote. Wait, that's a friend of mine. Yeah, a friend of mine. His name is Aristote, right? And he is a FIFA player in the Netherlands. Plays for one of the clubs in the A-divisie. But thank you, Aristotle. Appreciate it. Greetings from the Philippines. I'm No Name. You can call me baby. I guess I'm gonna call you No Name though. 52K. You need to first lose 59.2 and 56. So not yet talking about 52. Level to level. All the praise for Pistachio. Yeah, fat is in his ass. Cheers, Christian. Thank you, my man. Trading imp. I've listened to your stuff and reading the sources. Nice. Talking about the resources. I'm not sure if it's in this live stream, but I added all the resources that I oftentimes get questions about in the description, and it's many links. So if you click the description, you scroll down a bit, you will see Elliott Wave education, right? The Elliott Wave stuff that I like. I have the book here, a website that I think is very useful for you to learn Elliott Waves, and the gold membership, of course. Then my favorite trading books. I quite often get a question, what books do you recommend? What books do you have that are about trading or investing or money? So I put a whole list down now. I did it this morning, so I put work in it. I put a whole list down of the books that I recommend and I have myself. Mental Game of Trading, Market Wizards, Best Loser Wins, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, Psychology of Money, Trading in the Zone, it's all there. And then the favorite entrepreneurship books, as I sometimes get questions about that as well. So I put them down. And my favorite personal development books that I also put down. Essentialism is definitely high up there. That's why it's the first one. So check them out if you haven't. Of course, all those links, by the way, are affiliate links, as you know, probably. So if someone does buy something, I don't know. I actually ever had any item sold through Amazon partnership because I just applied and then put the links there. So I don't know. I actually don't know how it works. I hope the links are correct. So I don't know what the fee structure is and all that stuff. So yeah. But just know that those are affiliate links. One always has to be transparent, and yeah, that's the case. So you support the channel. How do you invalidate the sharp move down as an impulse using the 618 from the pivot or the potential wave 2? So in an impulse, I have to go very soon, guys. But in an impulse, you need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you get a 3-wave structure and your wave 4 goes too deep, hit the 618 of your potential 2 to 3, probabilities are higher, you have an ABC, which is a corrective structure. That is correct, pretty much, Dogan. Elliott Waves is all about psychology. That's why I love it as well. What's up, Con? When are Bitcoin going to dump deep? Step by step, right? The when, I don't know what the halving is going to do, but it can still take a few days before we might see a low again, a new low. What's the best way to learn Elliott Waves? Well, that's actually in the description, education. And then it's 3 links that I put there. So it's the website. That's just a normal website, right? Not affiliate website. It's just a normal website, which I think is very useful. You have the gold membership, but I mean, the website is free, but you can always check it out. That's my knowledge in a nutshell. And then I have the book, Elliott Wave Principle by Frost and Prechter. And then if you learn, make sure you make notes, right? Don't only watch something or read something. Get a notebook, get a pen, make notes, right? Like you're studying at university. That really helps. And then implement on empty charts. Start on the higher time frames, not the 1 minute, and then take it from there. 0, low probability. Is 4 wave 4? Oh no. So yeah, low probability. You think we'll go to 64K now? There is probabilities for what Pistachio also said, a double zigzag, WXY, or a finished structure, but that depends on the reaction. If we pass this resistance, move above this high, probabilities are high to go to 64, this resistance here. Taking into account the level in the middle, which is the daily. So that's why it's on the chart. Yeah, the halving. I will watch the chart. I'm not really involved with fundamentals, so I don't really know how and what, but we'll see. It usually brings some volatility, I guess. What do you think about in India? When I think about India, I think about Indian food, which is delicious. I've never been in India though, so I don't really know too much about the country. But welcome, Shubham. People want to learn can always find stuff. It's just about looking hard enough. Yeah. But you can, I learned Elliott Waves by myself. There wasn't really a mentor at the time that I found, but at least the website in the comment or in the description, that's just a public website, lots of information, and hopefully it accelerates the learning curve by having the right source. So a double 1, 2 instead of. Yeah, so double 1-2 is too early. First of all, it's not the highest probability because in a double 1-2, you're going to have a massive wave 3, probably invalidating the bullish weekly scenario. But also, the probabilities are still higher to move down. And then on how price moves down, that is when we look, right? For a double 1-2, you look for a wave 3 down. You need a very high volume move to the downside for that to happen. So, and if this is a double 1-2, you're probably gonna go below 50, which invalidates the bull market scenario I showed earlier. And then there is an alternative, but you're also probably gonna crush the extended wave C target at 52 or 53k. So not the highest probability at the moment, but by all means, we are still looking for another low. And then depending on what price does and the volume and the impulsivity, we can make a new plan. So it's a good scenario to think about, but it doesn't yet have the highest probability. Previously, I thought breaking of the previous structure means the market has shifted structure. Yeah, WXY corrections can be tricky. They can absolutely be tricky. So yeah, WXY corrections are complex, and you can take the low and then move up back again. Someone joins. Mr. Sultan, welcome to Gold. Appreciate it, man. Send me an email, koenztrading@outlook.com. It's in the description as well. If you scroll all the way down, it says contact my email. Send me your YouTube, Discord, and Telegram username. I'll get you sorted. But welcome to Gold, man. Appreciate it. It's going to be a lot of knowledge in Gold about Elliott Waves, as that is the Elliott Wave course, of course. Like everything is in there. My head is in Gold pretty much. Welcome, dude. To end a diagonal, in a contracting diagonal, wave 5 is not allowed to be longer than wave 3. So that's the 1-to-1. And if you want a more precise answer, right, if you have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a wave 5, you take a trend-based fib extension from the high of 2 to the low of 3 to the high of your wave 4. Toggle on the wave 5 contracting, there we go. Most common is the 618 to the 786. Invalidation is the 1-to-1, 886. Not too common, but you know, it can happen. But yeah, pretty much the 1-to-1 is the invalidation. Anything above works as long as you go below wave 3. Correct. Yeah, yeah, that would be true. Yes, there is a possibility, Cola. Good morning, Adam. Welcome, welcome. Man, I can't keep up. I'm really doing my best. Cheers, Cubes. Elliott Waves combined with other technique can increase its accuracy. Absolutely. I also use it with other stuff, right? That's what you see on the chart. 10K will just be during the halving. I know. Yeah, it's going to be quite epic. I don't know when we're going to hit it. It's the halving now. There's no way we're going to reach it during the halving. That's too soon, but the 1 minute, yeah, that's crazy. I don't do 1 minute stuff. That's John as well that loves to do it. I would love a high volume move, to be honest. You know, fear, pain, and then turn it around. But a slow grind can make people doubt as well. So, and that makes it interesting. The food is delicious, that's true. African food must be too, yes. The meat is great as well. But yeah, African food, braaiing, very nice. Of course, I live in the Netherlands, but okay. Yo, cheers, Samuel Lopez. Then also welcome to you, man. Welcome to you. Cheers, guys. I'm happy to see people like to learn more about Elliott Waves. I'm very passionate about Elliott Waves. And in the public videos, of course, I educate as much as I can, answer every question, show as much as I can as well. So, and in the live stream. But cheers, guys. I love to see it. That you guys want to know more, and happy to help. I'll get you sorted. But probably, so I will be gone after the live stream. We got to go to the shop. So it's probably going to be later that I can add you guys. That said, what we are seeing now on is, we have resistance 173k. If we break like 74k, I mean, 173k is not a weird target. My range is 100 to 180 at the moment. And then let's see how price moves if we're there. Yeah, with the 1.618, but then of course you also have a wave 4 and 5. Unless, so then you still go down because you need to finish with a 5-wave structure. Would be quite extreme. I wouldn't mind though. But preferably your wave 3 is shorter than 1, and then your 5 is shorter than 3. So that your wave 3 is not the shortest wave because 5 is shorter. And then you have a 4-5, not to forget probably a double 4-5 with the double 1-2. So it would be quite an epic scenario to get a big move down, high volume to the downside. I wouldn't mind. But let's take it step by step. It's a very good scenario blaster to keep in mind. Absolutely. Yeah. Is this value area high going to hold? A little bit of bullish CVD. There is the potential for a triple zigzag WX and then a Y. So you have what is interesting. So what I would look for is we have clear resistance. If price can clear the resistance and then flip it to support, the next area of interest for me is going to be up here, which is 64.4 to 64.8, passing the daily. This is your in-between area, right? So yeah, the chart has to show it for me that it wants to go. Yeah, exactly, Mr. C. Maybe like 6.5 hours. On a 10-second, that's crazy. What's the best scenario for Bitcoin at the moment? Weekly upside, 4-hour downside, 50-minute. We observe the reaction. If price goes above the box, I'm looking for 64.6. If the price can't, then yeah, downside. This is now the area of interest. Okay, guys, I have to go. We got to go to the shops. Got to buy some stuff for the house. So my wife and I are going to go out. So I have to go. I answered all the questions. I finally reached the bottom of the chat. So thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you for being here, and be here as well when we do the 10K party stream, because there's going to be a very shitload of giveaways and stuff, and it's going to be a fun time. So thanks for hanging out. And take care, trade safe. You know what I'm looking for. You know the probabilities. You know when things might switch or change. So have a good day. Thanks everyone for saying thank you. And I always love to see that at the end of a live stream. So cheers. And I'm gonna see you at the next one. Alex, bye Alex as well. Good to have you here. Still here as well. Cheers, dude. So thanks Polar Bear Man. You might actually be, if you did it through the Amazon link, you may just be the first ever affiliate through Amazon. I have no idea. We'll see. Cheers, guys. Tomorrow another live stream.